This is my fortune teller makeup how-to. I started with my brows off camera, just doing a simple natural brow with a brow pencil and concealer underneath. Next, I applied a transition shade. This is a pink blush actually, but you can use any color eyeshadow you want depending on what color story you're trying to create. Next, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau palette. You can use any palette you'd like. Just first going in with a dark shade, and I'm applying that all over the lid up to the crease. And I'm just using a generic fluffy eyeshadow brush to do this. And I'm gradually applying product as I go. I'm not putting a whole lot on it first, just so I can see what it looks like before I put too much on. It's better to build your look rather than to have too much, because it's a lot harder to take it away. Then I'm just taking it in a sweeping motion to create that kind of cat eye triangle look towards the temple. And then I'm doing the same shade at the lash line on the lower lid. Don't forget this step because otherwise it looks a little incomplete in my opinion. Here, applying only to the inner corners, I'm using the shade Wisteria from that same palette. It's a really pretty purpley shade, and whoops, I got a little bit of smudge there, but that's okay, I can clean that up. Next, I'm adding some eyeliner to deepen the look and make it look more dramatic, make the eyes pop. I'm really focusing on the tight line here, which is putting eyeliner in the waterline, or the area at the edge of your eyelid right before your eyeball. Then I'm doing the same thing on the upper lash line, again focusing on the tight line. This is really gonna make it more sultry and dramatic. Felt like a rock star here, so I had to have that moment. Up next is the shade Peacock, which is a purplish, bluish, greenish shifting shimmer shade. And I'm just sweeping that across the entire lid out to the temple. I'm using a denser brush here so I can apply more pigment like I did with the Wisteria shade, using a combination of patting and sweeping motions. Starting with the face makeup now, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter as my base. I apply that pretty much everywhere, and then I go in with a brush and tap to blend it. Lashes. Now I feel like any eye look isn't complete without a set of strip lashes at least, so applying these, placing them in the middle of my eye first, and then attaching at the ends, adjusting as I go. Easy peasy. Back to the face makeup now. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is really great foundation if you have dry skin. I just think it has a really nice look to it. I have combination skin, so this works for me some of the time, but I often use a combination of different foundations. I'm just applying this where I need it and then tapping to blend. Next is concealer. This is the Natasha Denona. I'm applying this in small dots under the eye area, and then afterwards I'll blend it out. I also apply it to anywhere I have blemishes, areas of redness, things like that. This foundation and concealer are some of my most favorite products. I also really love Milani. I'm using a bronzer here as a kind of a bronzer, which is a contour bronzer, applying bronzer in contour areas just to warm up the look, give some dimension, and then also adding blush. This is another Patrick Top. I'm using a rounded blush brush here to apply this to the temple area and just above the cheekbone to create a more lifted look as opposed to right on the apples, which is the more fleshy area of the cheeks. I just think that this style looks really good with this look. I'm also applying some of that blush and bronzer to the forehead, again just to add some dimension, some color to my face. And I'm also taking some of that onto the bridge of my nose, and I'm using the fluffy end of the brush to blend it all out. And so excited here. There's nothing I love more than opening a fresh makeup packaging. I don't know why, just something, it's just so pretty in its packaging. Just look at that. This is the Dibs High Road Highlighter. It's a cream highlighter. I'll be putting that on the high points of my face, so on the cheekbones, nose, and then I also like to do the Cupid's bow area. When everything is completed, I just think this makes the lip area pop. Speaking of lips, here comes the lip liner. This is another one from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm using this reddish shade to slightly overline the lips, and then I'll apply my lipstick. which I forgot to record. So this is the Givenchy, I forget the shade of the lip, but I forgot to record it, doesn't matter. And I'm topping it with a brown shimmery gloss. Next, I'm going to apply some bronzer everywhere just to complete the look and blend everything out a little more. I'm using a really fluffy brush here to apply a powder bronzer. Okay, now it's time to add some fun and some glitter to this look. I'm using a lip brush here. You can use any kind of smaller brush or an eyeliner brush, and glitter glue. This one is from NYX. I put the glitter glue down first, and then you have to work a little fast, so I put some glue down and then add some glitter. I'm using a combination of green and purple body glitter here because I have this purpley mystical look going on. So again, applying the glitter glue where I want it. Here I'm kind of making those glittery teardrops, creating the shape I want, and then adding the glitter. Just taking my time here to make sure everything's as even as possible and the way that I want it to look. Then I'm adding some face gems. Now these are sticky on their own, so you can stick them on your face as is, or you can apply some of that glitter glue, especially if you're oily skin or you sweat. This will help give it that extra hold, especially if you have makeup underneath. Here I tried applying some to my hairline hair part, but it didn't work, so it just didn't want to stick. So I'm just applying some on the corners of my eyes here. And have fun with it. Be as sparkly as you want to be as glittery as you want to be, add as many gems. And now adding the other elements to my costume: earrings, accessories, scarves. Love it. Let me know in the comments if you would try this look or if you have any questions about the products I used. Thanks.